Okay, so while I was sick, I didn't really know what to film. I wasn't feeling inspired at all, and so eventually I decided to film myself practicing hand lettering, and I figured maybe you'd be interested in practicing along with me. It's not particularly new or different, but it is something that I do regularly, so I figured I could share the free resources that I use, at least for you to get started with your own hand lettering if you're interested in giving it a try. So first, these are the supplies I'm going to use. They're just a random assortment of brush markers and pens. I'll list as many of them in the description as I can, like I do with all my videos. And as for the paper I use, all these sheets are printed on HP Premium 32 printer paper, which is super smooth and a little thicker than regular printer paper, so the brush markers glide more nicely across it. I just find it more comfortable and easy to write on than your standard copy paper. So first I have this big practice packet from Tombow. Now I don't own any of the Tombow brush markers, but that doesn't really matter. It's a free resource on their website, which I'll link in the description. And I find that most medium-sized brush markers are about the right size for anything on these practice pages. It gives you an uppercase alphabet, a lowercase alphabet, and then a bunch of numbers and symbols. And at the end is a little section that you can use to free practice. There are blank lines.
You said you were staying through the winter season, but you're not there. You're not there, no. No way, though. Maybe I can't let go. Maybe I thought you'd take my side, my side. No way, though. You never think it through. One more round, I'm not going down tonight. Baby, you're worth the fight. What are you saying? Not the time or the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane.
Next I have this sheet from Esign Insights. I will link to her channel and her website in the iCard and description. She is a great resource for information on different brush pens and markers. She does a lot of videos on comparisons and tests, as well as providing free hand lettering practice resources if you sign up for her newsletter on her website. This one is good for the basic foundation of how hand lettering works. It's all the strokes you're basically ever going to need to do with any letter, with little arrows to tell you what direction to move your pen in. It's helpful so you can figure out where the upstroke should be and where the downstroke should be, like how do you get from one to the other. Next is another free sheet, this time from AwesomeAlice. These strokes are specifically sized for smaller brush pens, which for me are my Zebra Funwari or Pentel Touch brush pens. I don't have a yellow, so you'll see me use a pretty fat Crayola yellow marker here, which is not the best choice, but I sort of am in the rainbow mood, as you can sure have seen since the beginning. So I wanted to continue with that, so I just used what I had.
You never think it through. One more Baby, you're worth the fight. Baby, you're worth the fight. Baby, you're worth the fight. What are you saying? Not the time or the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane. Got a problem to fix, can we face it tonight? Face it tonight, oh. No way, though. Maybe I can't let go. Maybe I thought you'd take my side, my side. No way, though. You never think it through. One more round, I'm not going down tonight. Baby, you're worth the fight.
Following that is her sheet on numbers, which I find really useful because for some reason I have a really hard time hand lettering numbers. I don't know if it's because I don't practice them as much or I use them less when I am actually lettering or what, but I definitely hesitate a lot when I have to write numbers like, where are the upstrokes and downstrokes? What order do I write things? Especially because I think I write some numbers out of order from how you're supposed to. Like I've been told many times I write my 5s upside down by a lot of different people, so yeah, numbers are tricky for me. Finally, this is her sheet to practice writing full sentences. It's helpful for learning to connect letters together, knowing where to stop and start them, depending on what the next letter or word is that you'll be writing, and learning to get a flow going when you hand letter for a long stretch of time. But yeah, so these are all the sheets that I use to practice regularly, depending on what size marker or pen I want to work with. Like I said earlier, all the links will be in the description, and I hope you found this video and the links I provided to free resources helpful. I hope you weren't bored. I wasn't even sure if I should upload this since I wasn't sure if it would be too boring just watching me write for however long this video ends up being. In real time, the whole thing took me about 90 minutes to do, so that's a long stretch even for me. Usually I'll pick either the large brush letters or small brush letters, and I will just do those in one sitting. I usually practice for half an hour to 45 minutes at a time. But anyway, let me know if there are any things that these sheets I provided don't cover that you would like to practice. I've been thinking of making a couple practice sheets myself, and I'd be happy to add any suggestions and make them available if I do. Otherwise, please like this video if you like hand lettering, subscribe to my channel for more left brain type stuff, don't forget to ring the bell, and until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!
You said you were staying through the winter season, but you're not there. You're not there, no, no way though. Maybe I can't let go. Maybe I thought you'd take my